Hi, good morning. Welcome to your morning briefing. This is August 18th, 2020. Millie Weaver is free, as most of you know. A lot of us have gotten our hands on the indictment, and it is just like the mom said. It was a family squabble that went south. Adults weren't acting very adultish, and that can happen. I've been divorced twice. I know how adults can be absolutely brutal and childish. So I understand this. What is clear, crystal clear, is that the reasons behind her arrest were politically motivated. This had nothing to do with law or justice. This had to do with politics and her documentary. They overplayed their hand, they've made her famous, and they've given her a nice, comfortable war chest to do battle against them with. The pedophiles have taken over the judiciary, mainstream media, entertainment, big tech, medium tech, but the only way you can get your tech to be successful is you have to be in the pedophile league. That's just how it works now, guys. Wall Street and the people that control Wall Street, either they have blackmail on key people throughout industry, throughout private industry, or those people are pedophiles themselves. And this has been an ongoing enterprise. This organized crime has been going on for hundreds, if not thousands of years. There's a Satanist cult. It's crazy to say it, but this is 2020. Might as well come out now. But there's a Satanist cult that has been controlling our country, our world. We will go more into that as things unfold. Most of y'all are not ready for this information. Just wrap your head around the fact that the judiciary is completely corrupt. And it doesn't have to be corrupt at the lower courts. And it usually isn't. Doesn't matter there. It's when you get into the appeals court. That's where the corruption sets in, because that's where an appeals court can quietly and with just good intent and good reason and seeing where an injustice has happened, cause justice to be prevailed. For example, a pedophile that's in jail, 5 life sentences, 5 children had to testify in open court in that time when this happened, about what happened. And then here comes a couple of years later, Court of Appeals. Yes, those children were saying things, but it's because his attorney didn't do a good job, is why he was convicted 5 times for raping, sodomizing, and terrorizing children. So they control the Court of Appeals. How can you say that, General Crum? How can you say that? Well, my dear viewer, look at what happened to General Flynn, the mandamus. It was applied on a lower court, which had 2 Republicans and 1 Democrat judge sitting on the panel. The Republicans voted one way and the Democrat voted the other way. That's not justice. If you can't apply the law fairly and cleanly, then you shouldn't be a judge. You shouldn't be looking at the person before you through the political lens. We should not be able to go ahead and tell you how you're going to vote in a case as a judge. You know why? Because that throws out your impartiality. that throws out your impartiality. If you're viewing a case through the lens of your political party, then you are no longer an impartial judge judging on the constitutionality and merits of an issue, especially as an appeals court judge. We're going to have to fix this as a country. Judges should be impartial. They have to be impartial. They can be impartial. We have the ability to appoint impartial judges after we get rid of the cancer that is this demonic, satanistic pedophile ring that runs and manages the world. And Millie's documentary was a perfect peek behind the curtain. They went after her, they tried to take her down, and it's just not working anymore, guys. That old playbook is not happening. There is the Q now, and the Q can bring awareness quickly to YouTubers. And this, by the way, Viva Fry and Robert Barnes, when they were talking about Millie and her popularity on Alex Jones, it wasn't Alex Jones that brought this to the forefront of humanity, of Americans. It was YouTubers. It was us YouTubers in the queue that saw the injustice and quickly got the word out. And everybody that heard the story and saw the story reacted the same way as all of us YouTubers did. And more YouTubers are going to be picking up the story. Tim Pool picked it up yesterday. And as it gets the scrutiny, he's going to have to talk about it more and more and more. And as more eyes start to see the corruption in the judiciary, as we bring light to the corruption in the judiciary, as we expose the problem, and we have to make the problem bigger. A problem this big doesn't get solved with small incremental changes. A big problem like this has to have a big solution. So we have to ensure that as many people as possible can see the problem. So it's going to have to take case after case, showing you where a corrupt court of appeals let pedophiles go again and again and again and again. It wasn't just one instance. There is an absolute pattern that can be seen, and we're working on that. Breadcrumbs Project is on it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the afternoon broadcast, 1 o'clock Eastern time, and we are going to go further in all of this stuff. The deep state is panicking because we are on the march, and they know now that they can't stop us. There's too many of us. We have reached critical mass, and with that critical mass, we're bringing on more and more patriots. More and more Americans are seeing the problem. So let's make the problem be seen, raise all the awareness that we have to get the eyes to start looking at our judiciary. All right, folks, thank you so much. Think good thoughts, do good deeds, say good words. And so many of us just do that peace sign because ultimately what we want is peace. And the only way we can have peace is to get rid of the corruption in our politics and our judiciary.